ad through command. My hope and goal here is to show you how to do a listing ad, a buyer ad, and then show you how you can leverage command to post for you. Many of you may not know, but Keller Williams consistently posts at least 3 posts in command that you can easily share on your page every day, and they just change the verbiage on it. So we're going to talk about those 3 things about Facebook ads, and I'm going to show you straightforward, real quick, how easy it is, and give you some input as to how I do it, and tell you can recreate the wheel you want, but I don't recreate anything. I will plug Command Your Conversion, because everything I do in Facebook ads comes from somebody on there. I think one of our big books, the Big Red Book, says never to reinvent things that aren't being done consistently until you've made it to where you can afford to do that. I can't afford to do that, so I just steal what everybody else is doing that's successful. And some people might think that's wrong, but I go on Command Your Conversion, look at it. Prez McKissick is who I got these ads from, and I've been running them from over a month, and they consistently get me under $2 a lead every time I do it.
Wow.
What I will tell you is you'll want to play with it as we go through it. A lot of people initially would tell us to do it at a 10-day interval. I had noticed my lead cost went up after a certain break point, and I think that is solely based off of population of area. I think if you live in a bigger city, you can make it to 10 days, but we're in a smaller population. I'm currently running mine at 5 days because I ran it at 7, and I saw that cost started to go up as I went past 5 days. And 2 times now, 5 days have been consistently about $1.50 a lead. So without that, we're just going to jump right into it, and assuming I click the right buttons. So I'm going to share my screen, hopefully, and we get to work. So this should not look unfamiliar to anyone on the call, right? This is command. Here's a link of view of all the ads I've been running since I've got into command. You can see some disapprovals in there because they were very finicky on some wordage, or some verbiage rather, probably the right word to use there. But we're gonna go straight into it. You can see the last 2 ads I've done, they got me $1.30 or $1.30 and $1.84, and I ran them for 5 days. Recreated, $1.59, $1.94. You see I did it for 7 days. And that's where I started noticing that cost was a little high. Don't look at these 2 leads here because I was messing around with some veteran aspects and it was not working well for me, as you can tell by the cost. So it was just a waste of money. So we'll get right into it. Everyone seen this page before? I hope. Know how to get there, know how to get yourself to this page. Okay, silence means yes. Silence means whatever the answer is I'm looking for. So moving on. You see me up over here. I don't know if you can see it on your screen because all you guys' beautiful faces are on this portion of my screen. But you click that, right? Takes you to this page. Not many people are really pushing Google ads, so I would stay away from that. What we're going to focus on is social ads, right? That's what it looks like. So I'm going to show you what ads I'm running. I'm not running any ads right now because I was waiting for this day to run them. So please don't copy my ad, because if not, it's going to ruin my numbers. So find your own location. But we're going to run ads for J-Town this time. As you saw, or you may have seen, last week I ran Fern Creek or 40291. The week before that I did St. Matthews. I just randomly looked to see what has been populated in Flex and what areas seem to have the most listings, and that's where I go. Because unfortunately, yours truly is a little light on the listing inventory, so I focus on buyers. So we're going to first do buyers, and then we'll do a listing shortly after, okay? So first thing, name it. Right up here on the top, I'm going to name this one J-Town ad under 300. That's the basic concept. You can do that at any point, however you would like, but that's what I'm running mine as. So attract buyers.
John, is that just available to you? And do you want us to hold our to the end? Like, can you?
You're breaking up on me a little bit. I can't hear you.
She's talking about the name of the ad, and that's what he's naming his, and you're gonna see. Let him go through the steps.
Okay.
Yeah, you can name it whatever. You can name this J-Town ad under 300 if you want. It's just so that on here on the overview side, you can quickly find what ad it is that you're messing with. And so you have all these options. Today we're going to talk about attract buyers. We'll attract. We'll do an advertise a listing, and then that's going to be all we're going to do today. Now, Instagram and Facebook and Twitter. I think the consensus right now is just stay with Facebook. Instagram and Twitter, I don't believe are showing a return. I think some agents are out there doing that, but yours truly has tried it. I didn't like the cost, so I just stay with Facebook.
So it costs more to use the other two.
So initially what they'll do is they don't show it to you as if you set your cost at $70, that's going to get split 35 and 35, but they don't tell you that. And so that causes less leads and those kind of things. And I just haven't seen a return in Instagram. But then again, I've only been on Instagram probably a year. So that also may have something to do with it because I don't know what the hell's going on Instagram.
Okay.
So then you just set up your campaign. It should take us to a new page. There we go. Some people that auto-populates, some people it doesn't. That's just your Keller Williams logo that goes on every ad. We'll get to that. Some of you may have to input it yourself. Mine just pops up because I think I set up command the proper way when we start, which is another class. I apologize. Can't help you out. Okay, so hold please. I got to go to command again. Any questions about how to get there and where we're at right now?
Instagram. And the thing about Instagram has to do with the kind of ad you're running. And if you're not running something that is moving or with some kind of video, it has, John is definitely right, it has low return.
The internet is running slow. Could be because everybody in my house is on a Zoom call in their respective jobs and school right now. So again, you remember me telling you I copy everything. And so I don't know if you can see that screen anymore. Can you see that I have two command screens open right now?
Yes.
Okay, good. And I copy everything. So I'm going to go to my last ad, doing this one. And I'm literally going to copy exactly what it says here. I may change a little emoji here and there, but that's exactly what my ad looks like. And Dave Halpern's daughter likes every one of my ads. And she clicks on them. She needs to stop clicking on them. Dave, if you watch this, tell your daughter stop clicking on my ads. She's costing me money. But she likes every one of my ads. And so I'm just going to type exactly what it says here. And I'm not very fast typer. I am prior military and not the sharpest tool in the shed. So I don't type very fast. Come on, give it to me. Oh, I'm going to change that one. I don't like that ad. Sorry. The interest rates aren't down right now. So we're going to go back to my St. Matthews ad. Nothing crazy. Very simple, right? Told you I can't type. Pressure. Anybody got any jokes while I type? You can feel free to make some.
Can you hear me, John? Just
Can,
making
yes.
sure it's Melissa. Okay, because I've just learned that I had the mute button on. Okay, just check.
You're supposed
That was
to
a
keep
bad
it on
joke.
when you're not talking. What happened to copy and paste?
You can't copy and paste from the other side.
What happened to copy and paste, man? I see you type it.
I'm from Oklahoma too, so I have to look at the big
Oh my
words.
gosh.
Oh my God.
Yesterday I
Yeah,
went for a walk and it started downpouring on me 10 minutes away from my house. So turned around and walked back.
Poor Krista.
It's pouring out there right now.
I
Yeah.
know, cats and dogs.
I
You
mean,
get an A for effort.
Yeah.
How does this with the new rule about our now not being able to advertise?
We'll get to that here shortly. There is a
Okay.
button for that specifically.
Laura's on it today.
No, I mean, I'm talking about other brokers' listings.
So I'm not advertising a listing. I'm advertising all the homes that are sold just the same as your app would. I initially asked Brad the same question because he said that at a team meeting, and I
Right.
specifically asked him about that. He said, as long as you're not specifically advertising a listing, then it's the same as
Uh-huh.
if you copy your app. I'm
Okay.
just giving specific location versus everything available.
Right. Thank you.
Okay, so you saw me copy this. Some key notes to keep in mind is you have 250 word max. Again, I stole this from Perez McKissick, and I don't know if you've ever tried to, I think Twitter is like 180 words, just characters or some crap. Again, if I try to type something with 250 words, it's not going to make any sense, and it's probably not going to sound right. So I'll just copy what everybody else is doing. Same thing, your headline, which if you can see right here is going to be right here. And I don't continue on because it's not going to show it no matter what system you use. And then description. Now, this is going to be a debatable topic, but this is what I learned from another person, and we're going Jefferson. I'm giving you guys all my secrets. Golly. If my lead cost goes up after this class, I tell you what. So this is niche.com, right? Some of you may send your clients there to let them know about all the neighborhoods, the schools, and all that kind of stuff. Description, I just go in here and I copy living in J-Town offers clients all of this. This is in essence your SEO. And you notice not all of it goes in because 250 words, but I don't try to type in anything that makes sense. I type from what somebody other website that is allowable to be used is already typed for me. I do that for every neighborhood. Another option you could do is you can go in here and find reviews and use their comments if you would like. And that way, if you see it talks about school specifically, who knows, maybe someone's looking for that elementary school and they type that up for homes near that school. If you're in the description, you have a high likelihood of popping up, right? That's the whole point of that.
We can say that in the ad?
It's not going to be in the ad. It's on the SEO side of it. So if you Google it, if your ad pops up in Google, then this piece will be there.
Okay, gotcha.
Any questions about your text and how that works? Everything you see right here is what we just put right here. Silence means no. Okay, so now you are right here on your media. You'll notice, anybody know what this picture's from? Over here?
Over here, where?
On the right-hand
Where's
screen?
We only see one of your screens,
I
John.
only see one screen.
Oh,
Yeah,
so
I can only see one screen.
all right.
Yeah, just one.
Let me go back and see if I can't share. I thought you guys saw both. My apologies. New share.
You're toggling, right? Or you got two screens?
Can I do both? Nope. All right. I'll do this. Don't get mad at me about clicking then, okay?
All right. Okay, I see that. I see that.
Good gosh, go away. Hang on. This is not really working. I got this little. Okay. So this is the ad that I've been copying. This is one that I have done before. Everyone see it now?
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So anybody know where this photo's from?
Your app?
Thank you. If I had a piece of candy to throw to you, I believe that was Rhonda. I was looking down, or is that Lisa? Lisa? Piece of candy. Of course, Lisa would know that that's the app. So you can very well pick a photo. You can go to Canva, create whatever you want. Because we're trying to leverage the app to the public as much as possible, I take photos from my app for the area that I'm looking at, and that's what I use. So it exposes them to the app and what it looks like as I go also about trying to target them with the app and asking them to download it, right? So done that again. I have my video. Again, you can click all their stuff that they have. You could add video. You can go to their design library if you want. And you can create stuff and pick it. Here's crap that I've tried to create that I have not liked because, again, not very smart. So I don't like creating stuff. But upload. Let's go find the photo I saved once I figure out where I saved it. Hope you guys can't see all that.
There it is.
All right, so there's the photo I'm looking at, and now you're just going to drag it around to where you want to see it. I always try to keep the area of town that I'm looking at in the photo, right? But also where it's going to show the most amount of listings, so it seems like there are so many opportunities for them to look at something. So we're going to go with that one. So that's what my ad's going to look like on the photo perspective. And you should be able to, again, I can't see it because your guys' photos are on the right-hand side of my screen, but the Keller Williams logo should be on the right side of the ad. Everyone see that?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay,
Yep.
boom. Media is done, okay? I feel like I'm missing a section here somewhere, but now we're gonna talk about the ad itself, right? John Miller, my page, which, small plug that has nothing to do with real estate. See Fall City Farms, anybody, you know, wanna just be supportive, feel free to go like that page. Has nothing to do with real estate, everything to do with farming. All right, love you, bye. Searchlight Realty Team, that's what we're gonna go with. You want to use the Facebook lead generation form, unless you're just one of those people that say, I want everyone to have access to everything for free because they're going to come to me when they're ready. That works for a lot of people. I know a lot of agents that way. But if you're like me and like as many opportunities as possible to find somebody, let Facebook submit the lead form. Okay. You can change this. I've been using Learn More. I'm not going to change it again. Now, the follow-up destination. This should look familiar to everybody as well, right? Everyone has one of these sites. I hope.
It don't look like that.
He
Oh, that's
changed
fine.
his photos. Nice photos, John. I like the bourbon barrel.
Thank you.
Yeah, that's
that,
nice.
that one is a piece of crap there. The Keller Mortgage one. I got to change that, but I haven't done it. So here's J-Town. I could leave this and just copy and paste this all I want, right? But I want to get a few more homes than 67. So I'm just going to go ahead. You saw me hit the draw button right over here. And I'm just going to draw. Oh, hit the button off too soon. Hold, please. Stop it. Yep. Just all the way over here. It's very, very systematic and really very down to the street, okay? We want to make sure we get all of J-Town and not miss anything. So that's what I'm going to copy, right? I'm going to come over here. You see it says 300,000 or less, which is what my ad set said. And then I'm going to make sure, because I do the same ad again, that that's not clicked. Is that clicked? Your guys' faces, I got to figure out how to get your faces off the right side of my screen.
Put them on the side.
It's on the side, but all this is on the side.
If you highlight it, go to just the one little bar by itself instead of multiple bar stacks.
There we
and
go.
then yeah.
For the win. Thank you very much. Okay. So that is going to be your link. So just come up here, copy paste this link into your ad set. Here's one issue that drives me crazy. Unless they fixed it.
Wow.
Oh gosh.
They keep this.
You can do a bit.ly link.
You can if you are tracking that. I don't spend the time to do that, but you can do a bit.ly link to track that. The consumer doesn't see this. Okay, so now this is another heated topic, okay? We're gonna do our location. You can do Louisville, you can do whatever you want. Let's see if it pops up. Sometimes it gives me problems. Yeah, see, it's gonna give me problems. There's no rhyme or reason to your radius, okay? Now, here is the targeting, okay? Some people will tell you that you should add some things into it specific to what you're looking for. You can do that. Now, I didn't go to a family reunion this year, but I did hear that Facebook said, stop doing that. Facebook is working with KW, and they said, stop doing that and let our algorithm and our smart people dictate the algorithm and zero that in for you. So I have done a test run. The last two, these two ads here, these two ads here, we're done letting Facebook do their job. You see what I got, okay? When I try to do it myself, 227, pay no attention to those expensive waste of money ads. And then for whatever reason, these didn't show anything. But the point is, let Facebook do it. You can do this. You go on Command Your Conversion. There's going to be a whole bunch of ads that say, here's a list of things you should put in here. You can try it. I leave it blank, and it's worked well. Okay? Again, you can do an A/B test on it and see if it works. I don't have that kind of bank account, so I just run one test at a time, and this is what we got. Any questions about this section right here?
Can you go back to that page that showed all your ads?
Here you go.
Okay.
So which ones were Facebook?
No,
The top 4 out of the 5. This one here that's paused, I was trying to run an app ad and I did not like the cost, so I stopped it. But these 2 right here, the 40291 and the St. Matthews, were ran letting Facebook do its own algorithm and find who I needed to be in front of.
Okay, that 2,445, is that impressions?
Yes.
What it looked like, yeah.
Yes.
And
Once
then it had 146 click-throughs?
Yes. And 27 lead forms captured.
Okay.
hey, John,
Yes, ma'am.
can you click down so they can see the data?
I'm working on it. I'm clicking it and it's not moving. I've clicked it a whole bunch of times.
Over on the 3 dots. Nope, never mind.
Yeah, it's not letting me click down for whatever reason. There it goes. Here we go.
There it goes.
Yeah.
And there it went.
Yeah,
It looked like
it's not moving very fast.
Well, it will give you a lot of the information and so that everybody can understand what it is that they're looking at.
Yep. So one of the things that you can note is, here's an ad that I try to do it myself, right? And you see pretty close the same amount of impressions. But when I let Facebook do it, it got me more impressions, right?
Yes.
Relatively the same amount of click-throughs to some degree, and then the same type of lead, but it costs me a lot more. So again, I've seen success by just letting Facebook do it. I haven't had a lot of realtors pop in or any of that stuff, so they're taking care of that piece to it.
Because this is all new to me, what is an impression?
Means that it showed up on your phone.
Okay. And the click through is if you actually click it.
Yep. And then if they
That's fun.
decide to ask, if they
See ya.
continue to click it again, then that's when the lead capture comes in.
Okay. Thank you.
And so everybody can see it. You can do targeting on here, right? Like you can, one of the ones that I used to do would type in mortgage. And then you can click whatever you would want on mortgages. You can do that if you want. I just choose that because time is of the essence. This is quicker and easier to just let Facebook do it. And then the last section would be duration and budget. Like I told you at the start of this, I have found out that 5 days is kind of my golden spot. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Nope, that's 4 days. Boom. 4 days. And I do $5 a day. You guys can do whatever you want, but that's kind of what I do. Any questions on duration budget?
But does that, when you say it's out there for 5 days, is that meaning it's out there to be seen for 5 days, or it's generated or sent out as an ad several times a day within those 5 days? What does that mean exactly?
It just means that Facebook has the ability to push my ad out to people for the 5-day period, which it will always start the next day. Keller Williams and Facebook do not approve same-day ads.
So, yeah.
Any questions on that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Have we seen anyone do a video? I haven't seen any agents actually run a video on Facebook. Lisa, have you done it on Instagram or Twitter?
So I did a video
Yes, I have.
on for the app, which is if it'll pop up. This was a video that I did trying to get people to download the app, and we can let it run there for a second. It was just exposing them to what the app could do for them.
So were there more clicks or impressions than just the normal picture?
No, it was costing me a lot more. So it was costing me $13, almost $14 a lead. I didn't run it for very long. I ran it for maybe half the time, and it was only getting me about 381 people that had saw it. So when I only got to one lead, I was like, I'm gonna go ahead and stop this. It's not working right now. And then you see that I tried to run it on Instagram, but I paused it before it ever started, which
Yeah, that's
probably
good to
had
know.
more success.
The video content that I run is when you have like a carousel kind of type of thing with house bait. You have a really awesome listing, you know, in the brokerage, and you take those pictures and you know, kind of create something. I ran one on, I think it was Gary's house, and that was like catnip. It was $80 for 103 leads, and 6 people direct message. Unfortunately, I didn't get to sell his house.
Mhm.
Oh,
So again, all these things work. I would advise everyone to stay on every type of online lead source that you can find, especially Command Your Conversion, because there's people in there from all over the country talking about what's working for them, and you can steal and take and pillage whatever you would like.
When the lead comes to you, is it coming to your phone?
So I'm hearing that it's hit and miss, but for me, when leads come in, Kelly notifies me that I have a new lead. And so I click on Kelly and it takes me to the content information for that lead. And then I have saved text messages and such that I can just click on it and send things to them.
Okay.
Are there any questions about a buyer ad right now? Because if not, I'm going to go ahead and publish mine and move on to listings.
What does the Facebook lead gen form look like? So when you get the lead, John, what does it look like?
So you have the ability in the old way to dictate what it looks like and what questions it asks. But to date, it's a very generic form from what my understanding, and it asks all the same information: your first name, last name, your email, and your phone number.
Okay.
And predominantly that stuff's auto-populated from all of our Facebook accounts. So that's where the success comes in, because most people just hit okay without having to populate it. And then on the same time, you have some folks that are smart and they put incorrect information in there so that we get incorrect information.
Okay.
No further questions? And then once you're done, you just hit publish campaign. It says, are you sure that's the card I want to charge? Yes, that's the card I want to charge.
I get to this, but will you show us where all the leads go?
Yes, as long as you don't judge what it looks like on that end, because I have not completely committed command on all things. And one of those would be lead generation. So it looks like my leads are just sitting in here doing nothing. So when the leads come in, they come to your contact form, or actually, let's stop.
Ooh.
hey,
You mentioned earlier, John, that you, oh, sorry. That you were taking, you were going to the niche.com. Was that so that the language would be approved?
So before, they used to have a button that you would have to click that if it was housing specific. I'm thinking they took that out because, again, Keller Williams and Facebook are working in close proximity to each other. I do not understand why this will not drop down for me. So I can't go back. Yeah, can't go back. Before, you used to have to click the button.
Right.
That would say if it was housing specific or mortgage specific or credit. That wasn't there, as you saw. It wasn't on the screen. So my assumption is that they're just saying anything that comes through command is considered housing.
Okay.
So here's an example. This ad right here, the price drop of 291, got me 27 leads.
click on those.
Yeah, Kelly will tell you when you have them, but if you want to know specifically who that was, you click that number right here at the bottom. You see it says go to contacts, and it'll pop up another page. And so here's a list of all the people that you're not going to steal the names for and call them, but these are all the people that clicked on it. And you see that gives the information, her email, her phone number.
Oh, wow.
And all that information. And now all this comes through Kelly as well. You should get a Kelly notification that says you have a new lead notification, and you click on it and it takes you straight to that person.
Well, every lead pops up with that phone number and email address?
Yes, there may be one or two, but most every one of them pop up. with their own content information. Whatever they have on their Facebook account is what pops up.
Does this automatically add them as one of your contacts or a lead into Command?
Yeah, so what I'm in the contact section of Command. The reason you're only seeing it is that they're marked as leads. So if I went straight to
automatically gets tagged for you inside of your contacts. That's
Yes.
awesome.
So there's everybody that's in there. And obviously you can see most of my stuff that's in here is all internet leads.
Does this now mean that every time you send out an email or do a text campaign or a Facebook campaign, they're automatically getting this?
So that's the next stage thing, because that's things that you need to set up over here with smart plans.
Smart plans. Okay.
Yeah. There's different things that you can set up and create. I haven't spent too much time. The only smart plan I have is this one. And that's just because early on, every lead that I had gotten, hey, I'm working on it. I'm working on it. Okay.
We got time.
Every lead that would come in, I would establish a search based off of the ad that they came in on, because I get specific to J-Town, Fern Creek, those things. And I would save a search for Fern Creek, and I would add a smart plan for Fern Creek to them in the attempt that I couldn't get a touch of them, right? That they would at least get an email from me bi-weekly. And the searches, which I think are ironed out now, there was some issues with search there for a little while.
So John, what has been your experience with the correct information that they give you? We've ran several, and I thought maybe it was, we ran one on a listing that they would give us correct information, but still when our agents tried to get a hold of them, it was not correct information. What's your experience been?
I don't have a percentage for that, but I do get that. I would say if I was to put a number on, I'd say 20% of them are probably not going to be great.
Okay.
But again, I would also challenge that and say, just because they tell you that, contact them again. Because I have my system that I have, again, I told you, the lead generation lever is not ran through Command completely. So my other CRM has an AI that speaks to them, as well as I send communication to them. So when I get a lead in, there's a text that goes out to them that I send. And this one lady said, not interested, leave me alone. Well, then Lexi, my AI texter, which is my daughter's name, texted her, and she gave all this information about how she wanted this, this, and this, and wanted these areas. And then we were able to reconnect, and she never once challenged me again. And she's a nurture for a listing and a buy. So don't take the first no unless they tell you to stop and say, never contact me again. Then obviously we have rules for that. But I would challenge that and say, just because they say no, call them again the next day on a different line, and they may have a different answer.
Well, we just found that it was a wrong number. It was disconnected or a bad email or what have you.
So I don't know how many disconnected numbers I have, because I use Mojo to call all mine. So I don't pay any, I obviously don't get pinged until they answer, and I don't pay attention to whether or not it's disconnected or not. They just run through my 21 days again, and if they're done, they go out. So. All right, so now we're going to move into listings. I told you I was a little short on the listing inventory. So Mr. Larry Gaddy has approved me to run an ad for one of his listings that he can't seem to sell. So let me see if I have it. He said,
we can run an ad for any listing in the brokerage.
Agreed. I just want to get approval from him before I did it. So he said I could run one from him. Let me go back to that other screen. This one. So what is this? Bauer, 507 Bauer Avenue. Anybody have a buyer for that? Go sell it for Gaddy. Now I'm not
Everybody's
well-versed
taking
in
their
this.
antioxidants.
Oops.
Now let's see if this, hang on, I gotta come over here.
Yeah, change to all listings.
Let's go Bueller. Come on, chop chop. Did I spell it wrong? Nope. Larry, there you are, Larry. And I'm not gonna spend too much time on making this all pretty and all that, because I'm just showing you how to do it. And then I'm gonna cancel the ad tomorrow morning. So that's what it looks like if you take a quick ad, a listing that you have. It automatically transcribes all your information from that you put in MLS. You can change that if you want, cut and paste certain things of that paragraph that you spent so much time writing if you'd like to, or you can completely change what you have, but it automatically transcribes what you had. So this is the St. Matthews. Red Cape. Is it an E on that? Yeah. Tell me if I'm wrong. Sounds means I'm good. Okay. Again, probably wouldn't recommend using the word rad, but whatever. It's getting canceled tomorrow. So I tried to get Larry to run one with rad. And he didn't bite on it. He was trying to come up with the word. I'm like, use rad, man. Come on. It's the Highlands. People will buy on that.
So how does everybody feel right now about approaching all of this with some humor? Like, you know, wouldn't you love to be quarantined here? I mean, that's my natural personality because it's my survival mechanism. But I mean, I just can't decide if I think it's even appropriate.
Some people will be offended no matter when you do it. So that's not your client anyway. How I think.
Yeah, probably right, Lisa.
Yeah,
All right.
I think it's probably easier when you do it in a familiar circle.
Yeah.
I also think it's important to be true to you.
Yeah.
I think
I'll figure it out.
I think it depends on your clientele. If your clientele is used to that kind of humor, then I think it's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Your clients know you.
So back to this here. Anybody have any questions about the ad text? If you've been paying attention since we did the buyer one, you see it's exactly the same. In some ways, you can say it's easier because it populated your photo for you and some of the information. So again, go ahead.
Does it
Linda.
populate the other photos as well?
And the next one, it will, yes. When we go down, you have the ability to do a carousel on your photos if you would like.
So just to verify, the description is not what is showing up. That's just kind of like Facebook descriptors, I guess.
This here?
The description.
Down here?
The main copy is what shows up actually on the ad. In the description where you pulled from niche.
On the left side?
Yes. That is not what shows up, correct?
I have not had a listing in since I was a kid, apparently. So I'm not sure.
It does show up.
Okay.
And you can actually preview. Your preview is right over there. That's exactly what it's going to look like.
Okay.
So when the word gets cut off, that's the way it's going to look to people?
You probably should take that. People are leaning conservative anyway.
Well, if there's more words, yeah, there you go.
So again, that's what you have. I don't spend a lot of time with that down here because I don't think anybody pays attention to it. So then the media, you can add more photos from your listing.
Oh, it lets you pick.
Yeah.
Yes.
No.
Once you do this a few times, you could literally, as they say, create an ad in under 5 minutes.
I'm going to be having so much fun.
Me too.
I know. I love learning new stuff, y'all. This is exciting. Thank you.
Everybody know that internet usage went up 48% in a 24-hour period.
Darn straight. That's a great statistic to be giving our clients right now that want to take their homes off the market.
Yeah, we need to keep it on the market.
The best time ever to sell or buy.
Hey, people are still selling and buying. I'm still showing property.
The one thing I want to caution, and I know I'm speaking to the choir, I know a lot of you guys have been in business longer than me, but NetLeads has been my number one lever to stay around. And I would caution everyone, please do not spend money if you do not have a follow-up system in place. And I mean a true follow-up, a phone call, a text message, an email, because if not, you're just wasting your money because these guys don't answer the phone. And I can only think of one in the past year where I got a lead and then next thing I know, it's an all cash buyer and we're under contract in 2 weeks. it doesn't happen like that consistently. And so please, 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 especially in the shifting market where tomorrow Heidi's going to talk about cutting expenses, please make sure you have a system in place. I don't care what it is. Mine is 21 Days Gain from Tim Heil. You can look it up. That's what my system is. But there's nothing that's wrong with anybody, but please make sure you have one, especially if you're a newer agent. I don't know who's on in anymore, but if you're a newer agent watching this, please have a system in place.
And your system is Command. You can use it.
Yeah.
Amen. Yes, it is.
So you
And
guys
even
see,
if you're paying for ads, make sure you're tracking your cost. So,
Which
see.
just kind of does for you, right?
Yes, it does.
yes.
Good.
So as you guys saw, I added 3 more photos. So as they look at it, it will be a carousel that they can click.
Mhm.
Whatever photos you'd like. There's obviously some stats out there about the right amount of photos. I don't know it off the top of my head, but I know it's out there.
I've heard 5.
That's what I was going to go with, but I wasn't positive.
No more than 6.
So again, we're back here on the channel options. Again, your account should be here. Fall City Farms, y'all are going to like if you haven't already, but Searchlight Realty team there. Again, the lead form, you want it. Obviously, learn more. And then, so when you're doing this, what is our address? 507? Is that right? Like Lisa said earlier, if you want to track how many people are clicking on it, you can definitely go to BitLink and create one of those, or you can just come here and paste. Again, you got to come back over here because for me, it's double booked.
So, John, do you pay for security on your Searchlight Realty team, or do you, or is that showing up as an HTTPS because Keller Williams does?
You talking about this here?
Yeah, like on your Searchlight Realty team.com, or do you even have your own domain?
I have my own domain, but when you use the KW one, the domain's running through KW. So
Okay,
they're the one that have the HTTPS on it.
so when you're advertising searchlightrealtyteam.com or whatever, do you do that?
Just advertise this here?
Yeah, without the KW part.
I don't, because as of right now, everything's running with this email. Do I have searchlightrealtyteam.com? I do, through GoDaddy, and it's mirrored. If you type in Searchlight Realty Team, it mirrors you back to the KW site.
Okay, that's what mine's doing. So do you pay for security for Searchlight Realty?
I pay to own the domain, yes.
Yes.
through
Do you pay
GoDaddy.
the extra fee for the security to get it an HTTPS versus an HTTP?
Not knowingly if I do.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, guys, obviously you have the custom settings again where you can do everything yourself, or you can just, since it's a listing, Louisville, Kentucky, or you could come in here and say St. Matthews. St. Matthews has about 4 different ones that pop up, so. So we'll just go there, 25 miles, and leave everything the same. On this one, I'm just going to say 1 day. If it'll let me. No. And I'm not paying $30 for that. And that's saved there. And so as of right now, your ad is ready to go.
Okay, and you're paying $5 a day
Yes, ma'am.
for that to go out, and you got it set for 1 day.
Yep. And typically, I don't know if you heard this, Marcia, but typically I've found that 5 days is our market's bread and butter time frame. Anything past 5, I start to see my lead costs go up.
Okay.
And so right now I'm playing it onto when is the best time of the week to run a 5-day ad. Right now I'm typically on Thursday to, what is it, Tuesday? I think that's right? No, Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, Monday. So Thursday to Monday is kind of what I'm going with right now, and leaving Tuesday and Wednesday with nothing running. But you guys, it depends on how much money you want to spend and those kind of things to stagger them however you want. But 5 days is what I've seen as the success time frame. And then
what was that? You said that 21 days of game?
Yes, ma'am. Yep. Tim Heil. It's a class I went to many moons ago. And he had a system in there that talked about,
check it out.
Yeah. It just was a 21 days system for net leads on how to communicate with them. And I've been running it ever since. Any questions on this?
Who was that again, John? So I can write it down.
Tim Heil, Heyl. He's probably about 30 years old now, but I think when I saw him, he was 27. All right, I'm not going to even publish this ad, but you would just publish this ad to run it for a listing. So now we've talked about buyer and listing ads. If you're not on a call like this, it is yes, no, yes, I want to leave. If you're not on a call like this, it'd be 5 minutes, 10 minutes max, and you can publish ads. And then as it's running, you're going to see it right up here. It's going to tell you all your data for all your ads that are running. As of right now, I obviously have none running, but when I have the one tomorrow and another one I will create after this, the information will be published right here at all times. And all you have to do is come in here and click to get your leads for those.
How many ads you typically run at once?
I run two at a time.
Okay.
But that's within my budget model, so that's kind of why I stay there. So the other thing that I said I wanted to talk about, and some of you may have issues with this because I'm still one of those people, because again, command's command. There's going to be issues, so don't be one of those people. It's going to have issues. But social posts right here, okay? I told you at the start, KW has the ability to schedule your post on your own page however you want, right? And you can do it all once a week. A lot of times Sunday afternoon, I schedule all my posts on our Searchlight page. Not through here because I'm having issues through here, but some of you may have some success. But KW posts on the right-hand side over here, right-hand side over here, posts that you can create with just a click of the button.
And it's going to Facebook?
Yes. So if you click one of those, it can automatically say, this is the post that's going to, what row? I got a black screen. I don't know if you do. There you go. So the post automatically goes out just like this, and it has a video imprinted into it. Let's see if it'll play for us. It should be the KW app. It's not going to play for me today. But all you have to do is click this. You see publish media, or you can schedule it. It says it's going to go here, and when it does, it'll look like this. There you go. I don't know if you guys can hear that, but you've seen that video, right?
Mm-hmm.
So, and that's easy. Click the button, and this stuff changes all the time. You can come over here and click this one if you want.
Okay, so it's got a running list of ones that we can use.
Yeah, ones that are already pre-done for you, and they change them up every now and again.
Yay.
Some of them are repeats, but they just change them up all the time. And then you can come over here and schedule them yourself, whatever post you want. Again, mine's just not working for me. But you can create your own ad post just the same as you would. If you have an article you want that people to see, whatever, paint colors of the fall or coronavirus tactics to use in the summer of 2020, whatever kind of ads you want to come up with, you can post through here. The same as you would through Facebook Ads Manager. All right. That's it, unless you have some questions. That's all I have. Those are the three things: buyers, sellers, and how to let command post for you.
Is anybody using emails, like touch campaigns through here successfully?
That's going to be at
I'm
least.
successfully cleaning out my database with them.
Yeah.
All right, let me go back to the main screen here and see what we got. All right, guys. Are there any questions? Let me see. No questions asked over here in the group chat. So I guess I did a phenomenal job and answered all your questions as we went through this. And everyone's going to start running ads. but no one's going to run the ads that I just showed you so that we don't
No.
raise
No, no,
raise the
no.
price up on everybody else.